This is a complete guided tour of Icon of the Seas. We're walking every deck, every neighborhood, every restaurant, bar, and venue exactly as you'd experience it on board. If you want to know what's actually on the ship before you sail, this is the full walkthrough. Welcome to your full ship tour of Icon of the Seas. We're going to start at the tippy top of the ship here in Thrill Island with 6, yes, you heard me right, 6 record-breaking water slides in the largest water park at sea. It really is a spectacle. Each slide is completely different and you need to try them all, especially on a port day. You just saw the FlowRider there. Right now you're seeing the Lost Dunes golf course rolling right into Basecamp, which is a complimentary eating spot here. And they also feature a bar, a lot of seating, and colorful theming. We recommend the Smash Burger. They also do have a sports court up here for basketball and pickleball. Moving right around, we have the deserted Milkshake Bar. These are for an extra cost. This can be found right outside of Basecamp, and they are delicious. They also do have Adrenaline Peak, which is not an extra cost. This features the Crown's Edge, which this is not for the faint of heart. On our sailing, this was $40 per person. The Hideaway is at the back of the ship. This is the adults only area. They feature a lot of seating, great pools that overlook an incredible view. We recommend getting here early to secure your spot. You can also pay extra for these seats that are right here in the water. The Hideaway also features the Hideaway Bar, where you can get some delicious cocktails and take in the aft views of the ship. A look down here, Central Park, we'll get down there a little bit later. But let's jump down to El Loco Fresh, which is included in your dining. They have tacos, burritos, a salsa station, and some of the best margaritas you can find on board. I recommend going up here and making a burrito bowl. There's also a couple different pool areas here right outside of El Loco Fresh. There's no excuse for you not to be able to find a pool on this ship or somewhere comfortable to sit. Just some more seating areas here on Icon of the Seas. Whether you want to be in the sun or in shade, you're going to find an area. This is the largest pool at sea right here. 40,000 gallons. Just another view down to Central Park, just really trying to show you the scale of this ship. It is the world's largest cruise ship here in May 2026. This is the Lime and Coconut Bar. There are 4 different lime and coconut bars on this ship. They also have a dry slide. Do not use this when it's hot outside. They have Casitas, which are an extra charge and can be paid for. They have the Swim and Tonic Bar, which is not adults only, which is kind of strange, but they do feature a swim up bar and delicious tropical themed cocktails. Moving towards the back of the ship, we have just some more areas for you to sit and take in the sea views. And we also have on deck 17 here a pool area which was closed at the time of our sailing. Just want to give you some other views here of the different pool areas on this ship. There's some new cruise ships out now that only have one pool, and you're not going to have that issue here on Icon of the Seas. We're about to head into my favorite area, which is the AquaDome. This is where you can find the Aqua Show, the Overlook, and a couple other things that are unique to the Icon class of ships. One important note about the AquaDome, where the Aqua Show happens, this is much smaller than the Oasis class AquaTheater. So plan accordingly, get your reservations in. On our 7-day sailing, they showed the Aqua Show multiple times. Here's some quick clips. I don't want to spoil too much. You just need to experience it for yourself. One place you'll find yourself going to a lot is the AquaDome Market. I wanted to make sure to capture not only the different food stations, but also just to give you an idea of how this feels on board. Max is your macaroni and cheese bar, featuring customizable macaroni and cheese. Toast and Garden has delicious watermelon salad and sandwich options. Feta Mediterranean is featuring falafels, bowls, pitas, the best tzatziki at sea. Ginger is Chinese food and fortune cookies. Crème de la Crêpe, you will come here and get your crepes. I come here late night and get the original. It's lemon zest crepe. Another place you'll be experiencing a lot of is the Rye and Bean right outside the Overlook. The best espresso martinis on the ship. And this is my favorite place on the ship personally. This is the Overlook. I work from the cruise ships remotely, and this is my go-to spot to not only work from, but our toddler also loves to do some duck hunting in here. They have multiple bars, a lot of different seating areas. This place can truly only be experienced at night. It is just so beautiful, so ambient. And on our sailing, it wasn't that crowded. I want to replace every single couch in my home with the couches that they have here in the Overlook. I'm still waiting for my wife to give me the buy-in. It's important to know that these Overlook pods do have little power areas, so you can power your devices accordingly. Just another view here, incredible. As we leave the Overlook, you'll find one of the 4 pay restaurants, which is Hooked Seafood. So if you want some fish dishes, this is the place to go. I do love the theming in here, and if you're not a fish person, they do also offer some steak options. You can also watch the Aqua Show right from Hooked. What you're seeing on the screen right now is Celebration Table. You can rent this area out for your party for an extra charge, and also choose a customized menu. We have never done this, but I wanted to make sure to get footage for this tour. That way you can get an idea if this is something that you want to book for your sailing. On the opposite side, back of the ship, we got the Windjammer Marketplace, which is the ship's buffet. And it is huge, guys. One thing that I do love about this buffet is the amount of options. They even have a whole entire section for our gluten-free friends. So just a lot of areas to sit, a lot of options for food, and you can come here for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Vitality at Sea is the onboard spa. First up here we have, if you're a little dehydrated from your beverage package, you can get an IV. They also have a barber shop where you can get your hair done. They have a blow dry bar, manicure, pedicure area here. My wife does hair for a living and she loves the theming of this right here. How cute is that? They also have the Vitality Cafe, which has smoothies and fresh squeezed juices. These are for an extra charge and not included in your beverage package. Looking down into the Central Park area, let's head on down there. Deck A, welcome to Central Park. If you've never been on an Oasis class ship before, this is all new to you. But the Central Park is another wonderful area, day or night. Truly makes you feel like you're not even on a cruise ship. Lou's Jazz and Blues Bar. On our sailing, they were showing an Earth, Wind, and Fire tribute band. It was incredible, and it was standing room only. Just some more views here of the Central Park area. It's important to know that they actually pipe in the sounds of crickets and birds. Crickets at night, birds during the day. They also have Central Park balcony rooms, which I wanted to picture right here. We stayed in one of these Central Park balcony rooms, and I just love the ambiance of Central Park. A great place to come grab a bite to eat is the Park Café. We recommend coming here over the Windjammer on embarkation day. Definitely not as busy, and they have incredible options such as the famous Royal Sandwich, also fruit cups to go, little pies, things like that. New to the Icon class ships is Bubble Champagne Bar, where you can get your champagne cocktails. Love the bubbly. A cool feature of Central Park here is you can actually get down into the Royal Promenade via this little staircase. So definitely if you're looking for a way to get out of Central Park, get down to where the Pearl is, which you'll see a little bit later, there's your way. The Trellis Bar is one of our favorite bars where you can get your different spritz and specialty cocktails, all for an extra charge. Chops Grill, a Royal Caribbean favorite, not necessarily our favorite, this is an extra charge restaurant, steakhouse on board. A lot of seating, very bright in here compared to other chops. And you can come here and get probably the best steak on the ship next to the Empire Supper Club, which we'll see a little bit later. As we leave Chops Grill and go right across the way, we got Izumi and Izumi in the Park. Izumi is your teppanyaki and sushi. The teppanyaki will not feature an open flame, so no onion volcanoes to be seen here, but the food is delicious and it is an extra charge. As I mentioned, Izumi in the Park, I came here a couple different times to get some grab and go sushi, and they also have bubble waffles. You need to try it, guys. And like I said, you need to see Central Park at night, so I wanted to make sure to get some of those views for this tour. It's absolutely incredible. Empire Supper Club, $200 per person. Yes, you heard me right, $200 per person. Do we recommend it? Yes, we recommend it. I'm going to put a link to our vlog from this cruise at the end of this tour. You can see our whole entire experience of Empire Supper Club. It is awesome. The ambiance, the music, the drinks paired with the food. Look at this food, guys. That's a Caesar salad, okay? This right here, this is a little deep fried thing. I don't remember what it was, but it was delicious. And there's the steak. The best steak I've ever had on a cruise ship or anywhere else ever. On the aft of Deck 8, we have the Surfside family area. We travel with a toddler, so we spent a lot of time here. I love this area. If you're a fan of the boardwalk, this is gonna feel a little bit different to you, but I like how different it feels. It feels a lot more lively and less traditional than the boardwalk. They do have an arcade here, so if you're not being able to find those cruising ducks around the ship, you could come right here and pay for one of those cruising ducks, which I found myself doing, unfortunately, multiple times on our trip. The Surfside Eatery has one of my favorite things I've ever had on a cruise ship, a hot dog wrapped around a grilled cheese. Don't knock it till you try it, okay? This is all complimentary, by the way. They even have ice cream machines in here as well. And a lot of seating. This theming's incredible with all the Surfside imagery. Our toddler's favorite thing to do on the cruise ship, the carousel. Although it is smaller than the carousels found on the Oasis class ships, it does match the theming of this area impeccably. Sugar Beach is for an extra charge. They have ice cream, different candy options, and some of the friendliest staff on board. I found myself coming in here and buying some candy by the pound to cure my sweet tooth. They have a little playscape area here in the Surfside as well, where kids will be over here at all hours during the day. Surfside Bites is nice for quick eats. I recommend the confetti cookie and the churros. Opposite of Surfside, we got Pier 7. This is an extra charge restaurant. We didn't experience this on our sailing, and I don't know if we will. It didn't really seem very impressive for being an extra charge restaurant. But there's a lot of seating, and as you can see, the theming is really cute. The Lemon Post Bar, this is kind of confusing because the Surfside area is geared towards families, but the Lemon Post Bar here features adult Capri Suns. Make it make sense, Royal Caribbean. As I mentioned, we spent a lot of time in the Surfside area here. This is the splash pad area. They also have a full pool. They have water slides for the little ones. I really just wanted to take in the scale of this as well. During the day, this will be one of the busiest areas on the ship, and that's because Royal Caribbean is trying to cater to young families, which is exactly what we are. They also have Surfside balcony rooms, which we've also done a Surfside balcony room, and you would think the noise would be really bad. It's really honestly not that bad, guys. Right here we have the Crown Lounge for Diamond and Pinnacle members. So I was able to sneak in here being a peasant. They have a lot of wonderful seating areas and a full bar. Let's go down to the heartbeat of the ship, the Royal Promenade. Much wider than the Oasis class. First up, we got Dueling Piano Bar. They are in here till like 2 o'clock in the morning, taking requests. It's so much fun. I love how they borrowed this idea from Norwegian Cruise Line. The attic is the onboard comedy club, where you can see multiple comedians during your sailing, and they also do the Love and Marriage show in here. Giovanni's is the Italian restaurant on board. This is an extra charge, but they do have one of the best steaks on board and delicious pizza. And I just love all the natural light that comes into this area as well, and the beautiful views down into the Royal Promenade. A Royal Caribbean staple, the Schooner Bar, much smaller than Oasis class ships surprisingly, is used for trivia. We recommend if you're going to come to the Schooner Bar, try to plan at least 40 minutes ahead of time. Boleros is the Latin dance club. As you can tell, I didn't spend a lot of time in Boleros. You don't want to see me dance. A beautiful view down here into the Royal Promenade with the Pearl, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But let's continue through on to Playmakers. Now, this is very strange because in order to get to Absolute Zero, the ice arena, you have to go through Playmakers. Playmakers is an extra charge restaurant. We recommend the burger and the s'more cookie. If you know, you know. Flipping right around here to Absolute Zero, this is the ice arena on board. Now, they feature two different ice shows. They have a family themed one, which is just so adorable, all themed around the fairy tales. And then they have kind of the general one right here with some clips. And just the production of this was incredible. I also love how it's in the round as compared to the Oasis class. An area that we spend a lot of time in is Adventure Ocean. AO babies. This is 6 through 36 months. We made sure to make sure that there were no children in here during the time of filming. AO Junior for 3 and 5 years old. Make sure your children are fully potty trained in order to use this area. AO Theater. This features a puppet show, which is just so cute, and our little one loved it. Next up, we got the Hangout for 6 through 12-year-olds. This is very video game centric. And after they're done playing the video games, they can come right over to the arena and blow off some steam because this is an open play area here in Adventure Ocean. This is all included in your cruise fare unless you're using AO babies. Next up, we have the fitness center, which is 2 levels. Cardio, weight training, fitness classes. There's no reason that you can't come here on your cruise, break a sweat. There's my wife right there breaking a sweat. So no excuses, guys. Also, please note the fitness classes are an extra charge. I did the spin class on board and it was $24 per time that I did the spin class. They have a full jogging track and they also have Rover's little area. Rover is the chief dog officer, if you're not familiar. Let's zip around the jogging track, run, 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 run. And right through here is the Royal Promenade. Zoom, 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 zoom. I believe it's a little over a quarter mile, possibly even more. I cannot remember off the top of my head. I'm sorry, guys. It shows so much I use the jogging track on ours. The Royal Theater, the main production show here is Wizard of Oz, which I did get some clips of here for later in the tour. It was awesome. We did have some technical issues, but other than that, it was a great show. And they also feature a full orchestra, which I've never seen on a ship before. Let's move right back into the Royal Promenade here. They do have Solera Beauty, Effie Jewelry. They do have the retail shops, but I like how they're not the focus on the ship. Spotlight Karaoke, you'll find us in here getting some noise complaints on a nightly basis on the cruise. They also have private karaoke rooms too if you're not ready to go to the main stage. Sorrento's Pizza, it's okay, but it is a complimentary pizza restaurant here on Icon of the Seas. Starbucks is not complimentary, but it's just like the Starbucks you'll find on land. And look at these Been There mugs. These things sold out so quickly on our sailing. The Royal Caribbean Logo Shop, they have the best merch at sea. Royal Caribbean Icon class ships, they have the best merch. I said what I said. Right behind the Pearl, you have the photo gallery and shore excursions, which I love that they didn't take up a whole entire area for this. Just another view into the Royal Promenade. And we have another bar right off the Royal Promenade right here. And there she is, the Pearl. You've been waiting for it. Truly needs to be experienced in person. So I hope if you're watching this video, it is you getting ready to go on this cruise and experience this for yourself. Let us know in the comments what your favorite part of Icon of the Seas is. The Pearl Cafe is complimentary as well, except for the coffee area. They have sandwiches, desserts, and you'll find people coming here for late night eats a lot. They also have complimentary juices, coffee, and different types of milk, which is great because we have a toddler. So we come here and get our milks filled up. Beautiful art here outside of the Pearl Cafe, and just a couple more views of the Pearl. If you're not coming in here and taking multiple photos, you need to do it. These are all reflective. They bounce different sound off of them. It's truly a spectacle, and I can't wait to see the other Pearls on the different Icon class ships. Moving through the Royal Promenade, we're heading up to the English pub here, which is called Point and Feather. Traditional English pub, no food, but they do have different types of drinks, and they also have live music. They have the next cruise desk where you can book your next cruise, or you can book through us, QR code in the corner. Port Merchants is where you can get your duty-free alcohol, snacks, and tobacco. Please know there are limits for this for customs. Guest services, you can come here if you have any issues with your cruise or you want to let them know how great your cruise is going. Moving through, we have the dining room. This is 3 floors, and you will have an assigned dining time. It's very strange because this cruise ship is very vibrant, and the dining room is very traditional feeling. I wanted to make sure to get some shots to show you the scale of this 3-floor dining room. The food here was honestly very good. We've been on different Oasis class ships, and the main dining room is not normally our favorite, but they're doing something different on the Icon class ships, and we're here for it. Let's go ahead and take the escalator. Yes, you heard me right. The escalator down to Casino Royale. This is accessible right from the Royal Promenade. You jump on the escalator and you give Royal Caribbean all the money that you haven't already given them. One complaint that I do have about the casino is it's not fully non-smoking. It's 2026. We don't dislike smokers, but we wish this area was a smoke-free area like on Norwegian ships. Finishing up our tour, we have the music hall, which features the daddy-daughter dance. They have live band karaoke, and this is the ship's nightclub as well. You guys, the fun does not have to end here. If you enjoyed this tour, check out the next video, which is our full experience, only the highlights from our Icon of the Seas cruise. And I'll see you over there.